owner Woody Johnson said, hey, you want to blame somebody? Blame me. I'm the guy, right? I'm the guy. Blame me. I'm the guy. All right, so the Jets doing this whole shakeup thing. All right, and Woody Johnson, the whole thing. All right, so the question, with Woody Johnson saying it was his decision alone to fire Robert Saleh, is this believable or not believable? Does it pass the lie detector test? So I've got registered voter, treasure map, and fashionista. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to cover a lot of ground, is what we're going to cover. So first of all, I have the MALLER lie detector, and here's what it sounded like when I put into the MALLER lie detector what's going on with it. It went, woo, woo. Now that means, if you don't know what my MALLER lie detector sounds, what it means, that means liar, liar, liar. That's what that means. So we are obviously doubting the truth in the comments made by Woody Johnson. The owner doth protest too much, methinks. All right, so Woody clearly believes that there is a subset of Jet fandom, blue-collar workers on Long Island, who are just rubes, just absolute rubes, because you would have to be a registered voter in the little village called Suckersville to believe that Woody Johnson did not get a text message or a phone call or a private conversation from a certain person, shall we say, with the Jets to encourage, to shepherd in this move. Again, this goes back to what we talked about. This is an unprecedented move, 25 years of terrible ownership, but the Jets have never done this. It's out of character. Robert Saleh as head coach, I'm not saying he didn't deserve to be fired. I consider him as a coach a hell of a cheerleader, a Tony Robbins-like motivational speaker. And in the future, I imagine that Robert Saleh will travel to airport hotels and tell you how you can get rich in real estate and just invest in this and this thing and that thing and this Ponzi scheme or whatever. And he seems like that kind of guy. Whether he does that or not, who knows? But he deserved it. That said, why would you not make it the daily double? And the reason to believe this was not just the owner that decided this is that Bozo the Clown, Bozo the Clown, Nathaniel Hackett, kept his job. So anybody that knows what's gone on with the Jets would say, okay, it's a daily double. You get rid of Saleh, you get rid of Nathaniel Hackett. It's a 2-for-1 special. The Jets are sitting one game under 500. They have scored 93 points. We gave this stat in a previous episode of the show. I don't know if you remember it. Maybe you were not listening. But the Jets have scored 93 points in 5 games. At the same point on the schedule last year, the Jets had 93 points with Zach Wilson playing quarterback. The one common denominator, ding, 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 Nathaniel Hackett, the play caller. Nathaniel Hackett. And somehow he kept the job. I wonder why. I wonder why he was able to keep the job. Is it he's a smooth talker? He's not a smooth talker. He's a dum-dum. It's not that. All right, now secondly, how big a role did Aaron Rodgers play in the removal of Robert Saleh? Let's just cut right to the chase here. That is the Gila monster in the room. That is the Komodo dragon in the room. And all of the key indicators point towards a meddling star influencing this move. Aaron Rodgers and LeBron James have a lot in common. They do. They're both GM by proxy. They both use a type of criticism, which is I'm a victim type criticism and all that. Everyone's out to get me and all that. Follow the treasure map of evidence, right? You follow the treasure map. You got Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh, who have been publicly beefing. That was after the Bronco game. Remember the whole Cadence Gate and Robert Saleh? Oh, there's no problem here. We love each other, blah, blah, blah. You had Aaron give a Clint Eastwood-like death glare at his then coach when he tried to hug him. That was during the Patriots game. And a little birdie has been chirping saying that Robert Saleh was planning to demote Nathaniel Hackett. In fact, on Tuesday morning, Robert Saleh was preparing to demote Robert Saleh of his game day, or Nathaniel Hackett, rather, of his game day responsibilities. Saleh made the move. Somebody named Todd Downing, I don't know if he's related to old baseball player Brian Downing, but Todd Downing was going to be promoted. He was going to be the new play caller, which is kind of a big deal. And we're told within 5 to 10 minutes, Robert Saleh was tossed into a boiling cauldron. And that's it. He made that decision very early on Tuesday morning. And then a few minutes later, he was in a guillotine. That's it, being escorted out by the security goons. Please leave in an orderly fashion. I've been there. I relate. I got whacked from this company, and they told me to leave within 30 minutes after. At that time, I had spent, I think it was 9 years at the company. Now I've been here for another, God, I don't want to say. All right, final thought. Who do the Jets have their eye on as the next permanent coach? Who's got next? Who's got next? Now, it starts with a senior citizen, a fashionista, if you will. But he's young at heart, at least when he's in bed with his girlfriend. Bill Belichick, right? Bill Belichick, bedraggled Bill in his hoodie. The Jets are more than familiar with Bill Belichick. He used to be the defensive coordinator back in the day. In fact, people don't realize this now. They know the famous story in 2000 when he was hired as coach of the Jets and then left. He was actually technically the head coach of the Jets twice, and he never ended up actually being the head coach, even though he was named head coach twice. Famously traded to the Patriots, that awkward news conference when he was introduced, and then immediately had a written note saying, "Psych, just kidding, I want to go coach the Patriots." Now, Bill Belichick is said to have a tremendous hatred for the Jets. Now, you don't know what you don't know, but I'm just telling you what we're hearing through the grapevine, that he has held a years-long grudge against the Jets. And I do respect his dedication if that is based in reality. Nevertheless, you got to make that call. It's in the I-95 corridor. It was one of the jobs that everyone said Belichick would be perfect for because he wants to stay within reasonable distance to his Nantucket abode and his boats and all that. And so it makes sense. Now, here's the great question. If Woody Johnson calls Bill Belichick up and says, "Hey, Bill, how would you like to coach the Jets?" Does Belichick say, "No, I got somebody on the other line that wants to buy some white walls"? Or does Belichick say, "You know what, I'll think about it"? Does he hate the Jets more? Does Belichick hate the Jets more than Don Shula? Because he also hates Don Shula, but he wants to pass Shula by to become the all-time winningest coach in NFL history. Now, there's another problem here. Aaron Rodgers is terrible. And he's going to age out. Rodgers is going to age out at some point soon. And you could say he's already aged out the way he's played. He's having career worst numbers across the board. Well, we'll find out. Now, DraftKings, our buddies over at DraftKings, have named Lions offensive coordinator, young blood, Ben Johnson. Show me your Johnson. Ben Johnson is the favorite right now to land the head coaching job. He is at plus 300 odds, if you believe in such things. So that's where we are. The elevator going up for Ben Johnson. Bill Belichick, you got to think he's getting a call at some point. And that means, what does that mean? That means, who's he going to bring in there? He'll bring in usual suspects. Josh McDaniels will be his offensive coordinator. Matt Patricia will be the defensive coordinator. Joe Judge will be the special teams coach. The band will be reunited. And it feels so good. It feels so, so good. Belichick loyalists will get another job. How great.